Welcome to the special Laugh and Learn. We're tuning into the grid, the global energetic web of healing, and offering many readings along the way. So let's uplift, connect, and send light together.
Yes.
Today, I am honored and privileged to be joined by Purple Palmer. I'm TarotStache. Thank you for being here. We are simulcasting this on Deb and my channel, so thank you for being here. And I can say we can blame Deb for this reading.
Probably.
I love it. She's like, point of origin is Deb, who I believe it is linked in the description below, the video that you did about an update. Yes. Then Medium Betsy Palmer said, ooh, I'd love to do mini readings from the grid. And I'm like, heck yeah, let's do that.
Absolutely.
And then along that way, I was working with Quill, my AI assistant, who actually elevated this away from just readings, but more of about a laugh and learn, because it is a need for us to go, what is the grid, and to revisit it. So Jonathan Daly is here. Hello. Michelle Marie, Astrological Tarot, is here. I'm going to take a sip because I've been like going, ooh.
Yes. There's been a lot of catch up going on backstage, guys.
So let's start, Deb.
Yes.
How are you? What's going on? You want to tell us?
How are you?
Okay. Deb's not going to give us anything more than that.
I have learned that 99.5% of the time when someone says, how are you, they don't really want to know how I am. So and I'm okay with saying okay. Now, I'm not saying that you don't want to know.
Good, because I'm like going,
but it's
your standard answer.
Okay.
Let me ask a different question. How do you feel since you
I feel like I got some of the information that I needed to convey out. They're a little pushy, and they wanted me to make that video and to let people know what was going on with me and why I have changed direction. And so I feel pretty good about that.
Excellent.
I'm happy with how that turned out and some of the responses I've gotten.
Beautiful. Lois is here, who is got a bad connection, so going to be back soon. Betsy, how are you?
I am doing well today. Thank you. I have been spending a lot of time with friends lately, going out, doing silly fun things. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So I'm feeling really well, and it like all encompassing, because it uplifts the spirit. My body feels better. I would like to say I'm not as salty, but I don't think that's true. And I'm just really grateful to be here, because Deb, your video inspired me so much. Again, if you haven't watched it, go check it out. The Master Class in Grace. This one. I learned from her. I have learned from her so much through her journey, always and all.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And how are you?
I I'm doing okay. Looking forward to celebrating Jeffrey's birthday tomorrow. So I am finding there is a lot of energy around, and it feels a bit chaotic to me at times. A lot of times, what I'm finding is sharing space like this and doing lives helps me to ground. And I love that. Doing readings for people help me ground, gives me a chance to do some connection. Yes, and to stay. I'm like going, ooh, I'm just a little overwhelmed and a little tired. So, and is my audio?
You know, you did have a minute when you started talking about something. It was kind of going fit, 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 but then it seemed to settle.
Okay, thank you, Linda. But I am really looking forward to talking about the grid and the grid, because I want to let's have a reminder of people. What is the grid? Do you want to give that a shot, Deb, or do you want me to read to you what I read?
I'm comfortable with you reading.
I'll start, and then we can
and
add
we'll expand
that.
it.
So, the grid is an energetic web of healing power we all contribute to when we act from our truest, most loving selves. So we're already part of this web, and how even a small spark of intention from you adds that light. Us to remember that whatever we do, however we do it, is what matters. It's just that we show up, because when somebody practices authentically, whether that be praying, meditating, doing rituals, or offering acts of love, they're adding energy to that grid. And contribution, no matter how small, threads together into a golden web of light that connects us all. And whatever healing you send with your highest intention will reach where it's needed and also return to you. So I think that's one of those things that it's like, yeah. I'm going to step away for a second because my audio still seems to be a little weird. Deb, the grid, Deb. You were talking about, where you first heard it.
So the first time I heard about the grid, I was doing some research on Dolores Cannon because someone had told me that they saw her around me. And so while I was doing the research, I found her tape speaking about her 3 waves of volunteers, if you're familiar with her. And I believe it was during the second wave that she was talking about grid workers. And that clicked in my head that is what I had been doing my entire life. When I sleep, that's what I'm doing. So that's part of the reason I wake up so tired. Because I'm astral traveling the entire night. And I'm busy doing that. And that's why I always felt like I was meant to be an engineer. And so that is because I see how things work. I can see how they go together and how they do what they do. So that was my first understanding of the grid. And so from there, then I thought, then what is the grid? And that's how I came to be able to see what the grid is for me. How I see it as above the earth, and that it's below me is a golden white thread interlacing all the way around the earth. So that's how I came to that.
What about you, Betsy? What's your familiarity with the grid?
Back in the 90s, I was at one point really studying A Course in Miracles. And when I would meditate, it's almost kind of like a Buddhist kind of thing about creating your own reality and your accountability for the world you have around you. Anyway, it's a channeled message that was channeled to a woman by Jesus. So he's in it every sentence. On this green grid that wrapped all the way around the globe, standing beside Jesus, listening to the earth, and he would offer me information. So that's how I started with the grid. I didn't know anybody else knew it or saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, there we are.
And I learned about the grid from Deb, because we did some shows about that and we talked about it, and I'm like, it makes sense to me. So if you're watching this, does the idea of the grid make sense?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Do you experience it? I'm very curious about that, because there's a great deal of beauty in hearing how others experience it. I think that's a fun thing. Research and found out that there's a lot of different traditions that have a similar concept of the grid. But let me get caught up. We've got Red Dragon is here, and Purple Moon Tarot, and I think it's Irene. Although I have no memory of it, I feel that I astral travel as well during sleep, especially the times that I sleep for 10 to 12 hours.
I have no memory of it either, usually. But I see other people when I astral travel, and they tell me that they saw me someplace. Or
there's no privacy, is there?
And I sometimes travel as a white rabbit, so if you see a white rabbit, it might be me.
I love that. Now everybody's going to be experiencing a white rabbit.
Probably.
Everybody's going to be looking for the rabbit.
There are also different traditions that have the idea of the grid. The ley lines are the earth energy grids. And a lot of the earth spirituality traditions, ancient and modern, hold that earth is crisscrossed with energy lines. A lot of times animals follow those naturally, and they oftentimes center on sacred sites, whether they be naturally formed or human-made. So I think this is an interesting thing because it is about balance and recognizing things. Jonathan said, I'm very familiar with the grid. I call it grandmother spider's web and often see it as a web of green gold light with people and places, the energy nodes in the web.
Oh, that's cool.
Everyone is a point on the grid. Everyone.
Yes, I like that. Pamela has joined us. Hello, Pamela. And it's amazing what other people see. We'll look for a white rabbit. I told you.
Never know.
Yes. The nadis, the chakras, and the prana in Hindu and yogic systems, these are all about channels of subtle energy flow through all beings, not just through humans. So that energy or the prana circulates and supports life and spiritual awakening. So I think it's like a grid. I don't think it's a huge leap for that. There's the Shakti, the universal energy, the idea in Hinduism that there's a universal power. Also, I love this word, the idea of reciprocity, or the law of return in many magical or metaphysical traditions, because what you put out there, you will get back. And I think this is really an interesting thing, because that reciprocity, in my mind, includes what people might consider very affirming things, as well as what people might see as negative things. That's reciprocity. It's a balance. So, over external form. What matters is sincerity, purity of heart, benevolence. Whether it's through prayer, ritual, kindness, compassion, all of those are valid.
Absolutely. While I was in the hospital, that was one of the biggest messages that I got, is that it does not matter how you practice. What matters is that you practice, and that it works for you and your intention while you practice whatever it is that you believe.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about that. I remember you were talking about that while you were in the hospital. You were working a lot on the grid.
I was finishing my work on the grid. Yeah.
You were finishing. Okay. And so why does this grid matter? I have an opinion on that, and I'm going to start because I've got all the controls. The reason that made a commonality, we need to see how we are alike and how we are similar and what we share, rather than how we are different.
I was going to add
that
it's also that it helps us to see that we are more powerful together. That whatever we do, if our intention is combined, then we can accomplish so more. It's greater than the sum of the parts, so that it's exponentially larger when we gather together and do the same work, have the same intention. Even if we don't know that we're doing it together with other people, they if their intention is similar to ours, then it will join together.
Mm-hmm. What are you thinking, Betsy?
Okay, I need a little time out. I got this huge lung full of Nag Champa smoke a while ago, and I'm still feeling like the interior of my lungs is kind of raspy or irritated by something. Does anybody know what this is? Anybody having some kind of lung thing going on? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and I will add reject positivity or negativity. Mm-hmm.
It does.
So for me, doing grid work is a conscious thing I do typically in the mornings, and I can't say that I stick to it all the time. But am I aware of it all the time? Yes. I think doing channeling light through you, grounding, centering, running light through you, and whatever colors really suits you the best. I think, and then as that light is circling through, really ramping up on your connection to love and your identity and your divinity, and then channeling that back out into the world and around you, and just letting it all cycle through. Sometimes I'll just stare directly out at the ocean and just send love to the ocean. And I think that just helps support the network, as well as your intention And that's never a bad thing, right? To I mean, we all in our minds, we all want to see ourselves as a good person, I think. And so how can we support ourselves in that? What does it take to support ourselves in that? Because that's really not, probably, we're not going to get that from other people. Even when we do things, I think there's an element of connecting to your divinity, to your origin, and just communicating that and sending that back out. I think I'm rambling. I don't know. Did that make sense to anybody?
Yeah, it did.
It did. It's you do it whether you're conscious of it or not. But if you're conscious of it, then you can be more focused in your intention, and it will have greater impact. That
Mhm.
and it is whatever you make it to be. It's not someone else's vision. It's your own vision of what you. And I have a friend who cannot envision anything. She has that, I can't remember what it's called, but where you don't see things in your mind's eye.
Mm-hmm.
So you can feel it. You don't have to see it. You can feel it. You can hear to see it if you can't see, if your imagination doesn't work that way. However you're able to envision it, that is what it is.
Aphantasia.
That's it.
Cool. And like some people don't have an inner dialogue either.
Yeah, some people don't. So whatever you've
Terrifying but amazing. Equal parts. Yeah.
It is amazing. So people are different. They're going to perceive it in a different way. Each person sees it in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing, because if it was only one way, there's a lot of people that would never resonate with it, would never pick up on it. The fact that you can do so many things in so many different ways only goes to support us all more, better, deeper.
I like that. Linda had, Lois is having issues with connection. Linda's also having connections with issues, which I find really interesting. We're talking about this grid, and people are having connection issues. Isn't that an expectation that we can just swish away and people will find it when it happens? So why does the grid matter? I pulled some cards. Oh, Betsy, you got something?
Go.
Trust the process. It doesn't matter if you understand what's going on. It is important that we trust that we need to do it. And when we do it, what we're doing works. We have this little, this plant, the seedling, and look at all of the light around. It's in the hand of this individual. This tells me that, what is it in the Bible they talk about from, the mustard seed? You've got this huge thing, one small thing, just trust the process. We don't need to understand it. And by the way, I'm needing to remember this. I'm also needing to remember that free yourself from beliefs that hold you back. Oftentimes we are told, or we start to believe things that don't belong to us. They're not ours. And by unlocking that, we don't have to, we have a different choice. We can make different choices than we did a minute ago, an hour ago, a year ago. So that, it's never too late to free yourself from those things. Gerald's needing to remember this. Also, I love this. Clear communication nurtures respect and understanding. This is what the grid does. If you're putting up there and adding to it something that is pure of intent and authentic for you, doesn't matter how big or small, it's going and it's helping everything. And we all know whales are pretty dang smart. They're smarter than probably smarter than we humans. There, I said it. Come from YouTube. But there's this great deal of what's the word? Pod. Do whales move in pods? So we need to make sure our pod is safe and secure, and we can do that. By the way, our pod is everyone on this planet. So don't limit it. Don't limit it.
I have to take a time out for signs. You held up the humpback whale, and one's going to be seen soon. I
love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Can't wait.
Pamela is also having issues connecting
Everybody's
as well.
talking about it. This is hysterical.
Yeah.
And, there is a certain percentage of people who would say the reason that it's being garbled is because there are entities or energies that don't want this information shared. Oh, yeah, here, I got it. Okay, well, I'll take a spritz. Mine is rosemary, lemon, lemongrass.
Mine is Sacred Altar Sprays Air from Veiled Cottage Witch, Joey's shop.
Mine is something Ms. Tarot D made and sent me.
I love that.
Ooh.
Jonathan shared, I'm also having some audio static stuttering issues, but I'm guessing it's the energy we're creating by connecting and talking about our connection to the energetic level. Yes, maybe it's the grids. That's a nice perspective, Linda.
Yeah.
So, and and Jonathan said, suddenly audio is fun.
Oh.
Whales at one point came out of the ocean and walked on Earth to the ocean. There were documentaries called When Whales Walked. Oh, and Jonathan's, and the stuttering is back. Well, there you go.
Sorry.
And I'm going to share my card. I'm going to share
Yes.
my real quick. I asked my chakra deck, what is the collective energy for us about this chat? And I got the root chakra. So we're talking about safety.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Safety.
I asked the Sacred Medicine deck about why does the grid matter. And the first card I got is Fire Spark, which is transform. Thunderbird Vision, which is the trailblazer. And finally, the medicine wheel, which is cycle. So I think that once the cycle of the transformation causes the trailblazer. So together we make new inroads. We spark something new, especially when we're together, and we transform it. And that is the cycle. That's the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now seeing your cards, now I hear my Native American Oracle deck in the drawer going, see, I told you to get me out.
Madame Maru is here. They were lunch lurking.
So,
Great
Gerald,
to hear.
are we doing any readings today?
We can do some readings. If people would like a reading, I want you to.
And this is info coming from the grid,
Yes.
gang.
So hashtag grid. So if you would like a reading, hashtag grid, GRID.
Oh, I just got a big clunk.
Yes.
I just got a big clunk down in my guts. Something's coming. Something's coming
Okay.
that's good.
So feel free to do that. I sometimes see the grid like a network of fungi that connects whole forest. I love that.
Psyllium thing, yeah?
Yes, yes. One of the, while people are putting in the grid, I do want to share. I think it's important that you share what you can in a way that feels authentic to you.
Yes.
And that changes every day for every person. And what's important is that there's no expectation and no perfection needed. It's just sincere intention. I also think if you are working with some young ones, asking maybe what they may be grateful about, I would be very curious, because guess what? I think that adds to the grid because they start to see it. So to do a show. And so thanks for stopping by. And okay. So yeah, the inner image I have of the energy grid is how an overgrown root ball looks when you unpot it.
Oh.
That's cool.
Isn't that interesting? I love that. KK said, I love that the whale and the thunderbird came up. Both are part of the Nazca lines in Peru.
They are.
Yes.
Cool.
So, all right. Well, you know what? Let's do this. I can share my screen.
Hashtag grid if you'd like a reading.
Hashtag grid. Yep. And so, you know what? I feel let's just go ahead and just do this. I'm just going to say, we have 2 entries. So,
Got a pretty good shot here.
Jonathan, what?
Got a pretty good shot here.
Yes. Jonathan Daly. All right. And so Jonathan's going to be first.
Two more entries. I don't know if they'll be in there.
All right.
When you go again, but
yes,
yeah.
So, woohoo! And look, KK. And so I think, all right, I'm gonna pull one more because that's how I am. And Jonathan is here. Thank you, Jonathan.
I believe KK.
Say hi, KK. Oh, and Maru. Maru is here. And okay. I love that. So first up, we have Jonathan, and these are messages from the grid. So and whoever gets nudged first, go feel free.
Well, I got something pretty fast. I'm using Don't Hate Me. Don't Hate on Me. I'm using Healing with the Angels. I love this deck just because it's just so heartfelt to me. So I have intention here, and we're coming up on the new moon. Hello. And it's a really powerful time right now. And I am getting the information of really, really coming up with a succinct, clear, and concise intention for what you want to see in your nuclear family. And it's not so much about what's going on inside, it's what's immediately around the perimeter. So as if you were putting up a new fence around the perimeter of your property, setting your intention for what comes into that space, knowing that your nuclear family is what it is, and that doesn't need to change. There's nothing that needs to shift right there, but just to watch what's feeding in. I want to say what's feeding in, which doesn't make sense to me, but it's feeding into something. Okay. Energies coming that are feeding into something that may, whatever it is, we want to set a perimeter and a very strong intention about what comes into that space. And trusting that your family is fine as it is.
Like that. Maru said that was one of the first decks I ever bought, Betsy.
Oh.
And Jonathan says, I understand, Betsy. I'm going to jump in right after that.
Go ahead.
Because Betsy, you were talking about setting a perimeter, and this is the card 59. Joy deserves a spot on your schedule. Jonathan, joy deserves a spot on your schedule. Schedule it. Walking in the morning, it may be joyful, but that's a walk. Do something that is specifically about joy. I mean, that's all I need to say, but it deserves a spot on your schedule. Yeah, amen, Gerald. It deserves, because the more you do that, the more you're going to be benefiting the grid, and the grid is going to be benefiting from you expressing that joy. It's mutually beneficial. There's reciprocity there.
Absolutely. So, Jonathan, to go along with Betsy and Gerald, you might be feeling a little beat up right now, the 9 of Wands, but if you utilize this loving, insightful, gentle energy from the Queen of Cups, utilize her energy, then you will triumph the 6 of Wands. So finding that joy, the love, the energy around that is all that you need to make sure that you are triumphant in your family, and utilizing that energy. That's what gives you energy, and putting that energy back into the grid.
Very nice. Thank you. That was a great reading, Jonathan. And it's a great reading for other people who are watching.
Yes.
Deborah, what you said just really clunked in for me is when you are in joy, what you are emitting fills the grid. Oh. Oh.
The things that make you go,
Yes.
Maru said, I just wanted to mention in the Celestine prophecy, they talk about using plant meditation for multiplying love energy if you want a focal point.
You know, I had some witchy friends in Dallas that taught me when you have that not so fresh feeling or you're around people or something, just go and run your hands through plants, because that's what plants feed on. When you think about it, we exhale, and that's what they need. And they clean it up and release it back to us. So
What's poison to us is what they need to.
they tell me to run my hands through plants. Boy, doesn't that make sense to meditate with plant imagery?
Is that a message for me from the, Gerald? Betsy had a very interesting vision of me as a tea kettle on a fire going to blow. And I'm like, I think Betsy's telling Gerald to go run his hand through plants.
Huh.
I think so.
So Kiba has joined us. Starry. Beth.
Hashtag grid.
Jules Niner. Yes. Hashtag grid. Oh, yeah. Put that back up there. So, and then next up we have KK, and then Madame Maru. These are messages from the grid.
Okay.
Okay. Gerald, you look like you're ready.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to go first because I got the Queen of Pentacles. KK, go spend some time outside. Get your hands in the dirt. Understand that the patience that you've had for things is okay. It's not. It's coming in its right timing. The thing to remember, and all of us can remember, is keep showing up, because the return that we're going to get, the surprising abundance from the plants is and the grid is just going to show up in an unexpected way, and it's really quite beautiful. And you continue to put beautiful things in it, and so thank you for that. Keep doing what you're doing.
I want to go next because the first card I got, KK, is Soil and Stars. So balance. So when you are grounding and getting your hands in the soil, remember the stars and that there's a balance. You get your support from your sacred space, whatever that is. However you create your sacred space, that's where your support comes from. And also from the star nations, which are the ancestors. So that balance between this support where you create your sacred space and the ancestors, that's where you get your balance with the soil and the stars. So that is very powerful when it comes to the grid, being grounded and also being connected to your ancestors, which are the stars in your case.
Well, this is really cool because it's like we're hopscotching because Gerald went to the earth, Deb balanced the earth and the stars, and moments before Gerald said we're going to do the next reading, this deck said pick me up, the Cosmic Astrology Oracle, and I drew an inspiration card, Pallas. It's probably backwards. Pallas is an asteroid that is linked to Athena, and this is about the warrior goddess energy. And so this card is talking about, and the minute I started reading this, protect yourself, warrior energy, strategy to solve your own problems, I got the movie You've Got Mail, when Meg Ryan realizes that she has got to go to war, but she always said, go to the mattresses. It was a Godfather movie reference. And that's what I got. I saw Meg Ryan dancing on the set going, go to the mattresses. And so there's something in your life that is calling you, instead of relying on others to deal with, to take care of, to make right. This is something that is calling you to do for yourself, to put on your armor, get your strategy, get your plan together, your plan of war or your plan of action, and move forward with courage and strength and determinations. There is nothing you can't handle. When it comes to approaching your current situation, Pallas reminds you to think of your logical mind rather than your emotions, and have tactical creation strategy through the situation. Tactical. So, yes, power your way, warrior goddess. I love that.
Yeah, I'm not going, wow, okay. I think, yeah, okay. Wow, that was a great reading, KK. Thank you for being here. Pamela shared, great documentary, Nomad, in the footsteps of Bruce Chatwin. Very good story of grids and song lines. It's on Prime. And
Cool.
KK has said, absolutely, Betsy. A couple of areas in my life are calling me to step up and take the leap forward. Thank you. Boom.
Go with you. And by the way, I'm jealous that you're in a barn with kitties. I'm an old horse girl myself.
Yeah. Well, you're not old, but you like horses. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't think you're old. And if anybody thinks you're old, send them my way. I will take care of them for you. So,
We'll give him an old-fashioned smackdown.
There you go. There you go. I will radiate love at them. They won't know what hit them. So Madame Maru is up, and then we will pull a few more. And so I do appreciate everybody being here. This is, remember, whatever you do, however authentically you offer and connect with, is what's perfectly important and perfectly necessary for the grid and having access to it.
Yes.
So
I got to write down this guy's name. I want to check this movie out before my over 60 memory loses it. Okay, cool. Here. Alrighty.
Okay. I want to go first.
Go for it.
Madame Maru. The first card I get is the Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. The Knight, be brave and honest. And then lastly, the Drum, dream and journey. So you have this Hunter tracking down your fears and desires, and the Knight to be brave. So you need to be brave even to see your desires. And what will help you is the dream journey. Remember to be intentional when you go to sleep, and set an intention to do specific things in your dreams so that you can confront with bravery and honesty. You can confront those fears and desires, and don't be persuaded not to do that. That will help put you in direct connection with the grid in a way that you haven't been done before. Those are your archetypes. That's good. Use them, and use them specifically to set intentions for your dreams. Go to the grid in your dreams.
May I go next? I'm sorry, Deb, were you done?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm done.
Okay. I was instructed to draw a couple of cards. The first one from the Angel deck, and I got Truth and Integrity. And I was like, oh, nobody's going to like that card. Nobody wants to hear that. What's that about? And the deck that I was pre-instructed to draw, the second one, is my chakra deck. And so this is about the soul star. This is the number 8 chakra, soul star. So we're talking about deep work. And I'm getting really conflicting messages in my head, because what I'm hearing is truth and integrity. It is okay to admit to yourself that you're just done with something, that part of your head is telling you, soldier on, be strong, be brave, go, go, go. And there's another part of you that says, I just want to sit down and say the heck with all of this. And to be honest with yourself, sometimes you're just going to have to sit down and say, I'm out. I'm not doing this today. I'm not doing this today. This will honor your soul too. Again, the balance about, like with Jonathan's, was joy for just the sake of joy. It's sitting it out just for the sake of self-preservation sometimes.
Yes.
And allowing yourself to do it. But somehow it works. You're going to know what it means with Deb's. I don't understand it, and I'm not supposed to.
And she said, Gerald and I were just discussing the Hierophant and how important truth and integrity are in spiritual leadership. So I also, as Betsy, as you were holding up your cards and you were talking, I got this card: choose compassion over guilt, shame, or judgment.
Yes.
Because it allows you to rise from the muck. That's the lotus grows in that. Then we have the 6 of Swords, we have the transition, the movement from the dark into the light. It's fascinating.
Life is amazing when we finally release those shoulds, right?
Oh yeah.
Woo! Is it a everyday process? For me, it is. But boy, when I get there, it's just amazing.
That's the priest's job. Remember grace over judgment.
I agree.
And Nancy of Crohn's Intuition is here. Hello. So,
We have started echoing.
we have. It's funny. Is that me?
I
Talk, Deb.
don't think it's me. I don't have anything open.
What's the deal? What's happening?
I'm going to mute you for a second, Deb.
Okay.
See if that works. Oh, Betsy, unmute. Oh, wait a minute. I muted Betsy. I would never. I think it may be Betsy. Is it Betsy?
Hold on. Let me mute myself, and you guys can tell me if it gets better.
Oh, here you go. Release the weight of judgment.
That seems to.
Yeah, that seems to be it, Betsy.
So you guys are hearing something from my end?
We're hearing it through you.
We're through you.
Oh, now I just heard you do it, Deb. This is interesting.
This is fascinating. Okay.
Fascinating.
Let's draw some more names.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. I have a fascinating story. Yesterday, I was preparing to pick up a friend, and I went to get a change of clothes from the closet, and it smelled like there was a little carcass in there. And I hope I don't have a mouse. And then I walked across my house because I had to go, and I smelled it again. And then I stepped outside and smelled it a third time. And I got in the car and I drove and picked up my friend, and I'm going to say, do I smell okay? This is the weirdest thing. I smelled a carcass 3 times. And she said, and this is a person who is not psychic, does not do this stuff. She's never expressed any curiosity about it. She goes, well, when I was getting ready, I kept smelling something weird. I don't know what it meant. I think it was for me that she got it. I think it was just confirmation that it was legit for me when I was picking up on something I needed to pay attention to. So
I like that. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna pull some more names. I'm just gonna do all 4 of these because we'll see the order. Sonia, say hi. And then Starry, say hi. Starry with 2 R's. And then G, Pamela is going to be one of them. And then Irene. So Irene and then Pamela. So let us know that you are here. And Sonia is here. Starry and I got Sonia, Pamela, and Red Dragon. Say hi. And I know some people are getting ready to go over to Linda. So, but we're going to start with Sonia. Pamela's here.
I'm ready.
Go for it.
Okay. I was instructed that we are talking about throat chakra. So we are talking about speaking up for yourself, speaking your truth, projecting out into the universe. I'm being nudged to encourage you to communicate your needs clearly. And I don't know if this is a personal, a global, or a universal thing, but just to communicate your needs very clearly, and that you also have a right to have some of your expectations met, and a better chance of it when speaking your truth really clearly, both to your higher self, higher power, and people around you. So that's what I got on that one.
Very nice.
Very nice.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead, Betsy. Okay, Betsy muted. Go ahead, Deb. Are you going to go? I'll mute.
Okay, I can go. Sonia, the first card I got is the 10 of Pentacles, the prosperity card. So you may feel like you don't have a lot of prosperity at the moment, but if you concentrate and do your homework, your ships will start to come in, and this prosperity, be it financial or any other way, will start to come forward for you. So how does that have anything to do with the grid? It has to do with your well-being and raising your vibrations. So while you're doing this, you're doing the hard work of getting to the place where you can see your work come in. That is how you connect to the grid, as you raise your vibrations. And that is part of the prosperity that you experience.
Okay, I'm going to unmute. And I have interesting cards for you. I am going to start with the last card, which is grieving is a natural and essential part of healing. When we honor that, we can access the grid. The grid supports us. We don't have to understand it. We don't have to like it. And grieving is a challenge. Grieving, but it's an important part. I also have a bit of what you were feeling, Betsy. I have justice for you. There is a need for some balance in where you're putting your energy, who's getting your time, the resources that you have available. I don't know if, we're not, for entertainment purposes only, but there's this need for you to remember to make smart choices every day in every situation. Who deserves your time and your energy? Because guess what? The Eight of Pentacles says you're going to continue to learn and to practice. You keep showing up. And I love that she is like stirring things and it's, floating above. Because when you do that, when you keep showing up, you're going to get more inspiration and more energy and more power. It's really very cool. Really very cool. Thank you so much. I was just told to write my highest self a letter about what I need. I wrote a letter and put it in my pillow last night. Very good. I like that. Yeah. Really powerful. Yeah. Transmuting our pain into peace. The reason he is teach your children is that's why we are allowed to keep making mistakes as long as we can learn from them. We are all just children here. Well, you know what? If we allow ourselves to make mistakes and we go, well, look at that. Look what I did. And then you do it again. And then you do something else. Really very powerful. It's the porridge spindler. Let passion infuse your cooking. Ooh, yes. And I did not hear from Starry or Red Dragon. Did I miss Starry or Red Dragon? I did see Timmy from Raven Tarot Meditation come in. And I also, Timmy is going to be on with me and Bobby. We're going to make that happen. So we can have It won't be, it'll be an attempted murder, so to speak. And Starry is here. Okay. Starry, you will be after Pamela. And so Pamela is next. Starry, I'm glad you're still here. Pamela, your thoughts have power. You know this. Pay attention to your thoughts. I encourage you to go, I'm going to do something with the grid and do that consciously. I'm looking at this. These thoughts are activating your brain, which I have to say is, your brain is like fucking amazing. Excuse me. Your brain is incredible. And so I see red dragon too. So we'll get to you. Yes, we will get to you. So your thoughts are extremely powerful, and I love it. I love it. And oh, look at this, Pamela. It's the Page of Swords. It's time for you to learn something new. Get curious about something. I think it's really, really great. And ooh, new things, new thoughts, new power, learning new things. Boom. I will mute myself.
Pamela, I got for you, this is the creation story for you, the pathway. You are making your new pathway. You have a calling for it, the sacred medicine. You make your own sacred medicine. Each one of us has our own sacred medicine, and you're doing that. You're calling to make an offering. That's what the tobacco signifies, is the offering. So make the offering and create that pathway. You are the center of that pathway, and your calling is you are being called to make this pathway, and that is your direct connection to the grid, is the offering that you make. And it most likely is an offering of yourself, of your time, of your energy. It's not necessarily a physical thing. It can be a spiritual thing. Make sure that offering that you give, plug it directly into the grid and see what you get back. And I'll mute myself.
Okay, I got something really different over here. I started hearing, words started coming in, and I heard whatever, and okay, wrote it down. And it turned into whatever you want, can't look you in the eye. And it was the lyrics to the song Creep by Radiohead. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. And I was thinking, oh, this can't possibly be right for Pam. This can't possibly be right. So they said, well, draw a couple of cards. So clearly I'm not supposed to understand what's going on here. I got the Two of Swords, and I got, what is this? Seven of Pence. So decision and work. You're going to know what this is about. It didn't seem to me like this was correct, but you'll have to let me know, because I got nothing. I got nothing. Although, with the Creep song, what the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. To me, it resonated a little bit as imposter syndrome, but the message I felt like getting was that there was some people, like it's not a professional thing. It's like an offshoot club, like something you go to once a week, and you're like, what am I doing here? So I don't know what it's about. I hope you do.
There you go. Thank you, Pamela. I hope that makes some sense. And so Starry and Red Dragon are up. So we have Starry. And so All right, I'm going to keep myself muted or unmuted while I do this. So, but Starry, I'm flipping between cards because that's what we do. Thank you, Maru, for putting in all of the contact information and such. Pamela did say, I love creep very much. Yep, these are all correct and very meaningful. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting us know. Starry, it's time for you to celebrate with people who get you. This is the Three of Cups. This is a real pull for, okay, sorry, it's just like it's a real pull. You have to do this. There is this encouragement for you to get around people who have shared minds and like ideas. They don't think exactly the way you think, but they think along the same lines, because when you get together with them, Starry, they're going to help you build up. They're going to celebrate you. They're going to pick you up when you're feeling down. These are the trustworthy people who are quite happy to celebrate your success. This is about community. And okay, Starry said, I can't find them, alas. Starry, you found some of us right here, and there are great people that are available to you. It's not the same as sitting down with somebody in real life and sharing a beverage or talking on the phone. Nothing takes the place of that. However, I want you to remember that setting healthy boundaries fosters self-respect. You know what you're willing to do and what works for you. Set those boundaries, and because that shows that you respect yourself. And by respecting yourself, you can make clear decisions, especially when it feels stressful. So, thank you.
I'll go next. Starry, the first card I got is the Seer. To see beyond the current situation. Now, you may feel like you're alone, but you're not. The cards I got next, the Fire Guardian tells you to ignite your passions. And then the Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. These two came out together. So that tells me that maybe you're holding back a little bit. Maybe there's something out there that you want, or just have, maybe even just had a fleeting thought about, but it's your real passion. Ignite that, set that on fire. Let it be what moves you. The Shaolin Master, do it with grace. Do it with grace. See beyond the current situation. Don't let how you're feeling now stagnate you. As you grow, you ignite your passion and you move with grace. That is going to connect you directly to the grid, and that will connect you directly to the support that you feel like you need. That's what I got.
I want to pop in here. As you do what Deb said, it connects you to the grid. This is also what happens. You may not be physically around people. You are going to feel that strong connection that may have missed previously. It's been there, but suddenly you're focusing on it, and it's going to shine. It's going to sparkle. It's going to tingle. Tingle is the word that came through.
Well, I have a couple cards as well. I have Divine Timing, Right on the Mark, and the Wheel of Fortune. So, to me, this is going to a place of stillness, which is really healthy for all of us. Coming into our core, our place of stillness, and offering to connect to the grid. from that place and let the stillness and the beauty and the strength of that energy help you define what you want and get very clear about what it is you do want. I find oftentimes when you ask somebody, well, what do you want? You immediately get 5 things they don't want. Well, okay, what do you want? And then, so just the universe wants to give you everything that you would like to have, but you have to declare it very concisely. And then the universe has something to work with. If you don't know exactly what it is, your Wheel of Fortune looks like, today's a great day to start, imagining it, thinking about it, dreaming about it. Write a story about the person that has the dream life that you would like to have. Write a short story about what that person's life looks like.
Yeah, this is, yes, I'm very confused with what I want. I like a lot of different things. I hear you. I hear you. So, all right.
And try them all. Why pick one? Start with one, but do them all.
I like that. Overachieve. So, Red Dragon, Irene is up.
I'm going to jump in, and monkey's barking, so there's that. Red Dragon, the first card I got, the 9 of Cups. And the key words in the book about the 9 of Cups in this deck was party hardy. So while right after you do that, party hardy, remember to rest, the 4 of Swords. Take a break. Let yourself recover. Do the fun stuff. Do all the fun stuff. But remember to rest and recover. And the sun, you get the sun. Everything comes up roses for you. But remember that the sun not only represents, that success, joy, freedom, all of that good stuff. Remember that it can burn if you stay in it and you get too much direct sunlight. So it's the balance of doing the fun stuff with the rest. Let the balance happen and use the joy from that to connect to the grid.
Okay. I'm working with the Cosmic Astrology Oracle deck. 2 cards jumped out side by side. Pluto, I know it's backwards, sorry. It's Death and Rebirth. And the card that jumped out alongside it is Haumea, the Hawaiian fertility goddess. So something's coming. You're working on something. Go into stillness, spend time in the grid, and allow it. Just stillness up there, and let that marshmallow fluff goodness of the grid seep into every pore and absorb it, and allow this birthing process to come.
So I have for you, and Irene said, very nice, Deb. It makes perfect sense. So I got for you this idea when you're thinking about connecting to the grid, and look at me, I'm pointing. So this is one of my tells. When you're thinking about the grid, what's that one? Pluto. when you're thinking about connecting with the grid, let go of control and welcome transformations. Irene, you have something to contribute. Irene, you don't think you have something to contribute. You have something to contribute. Stop thinking about it. Stop overthinking it. Instead, just let go of the control and do a little bit. And you will be adding to the grid in a very powerful and meaningful way, because there's a beautiful opportunity. You get to be the King of Pentacles, the one who is able to make the choices for the long-term impact and the long-term benefit. Letting go of control and feeling that connected, it's going to surprise you. It's going to surprise you. It's also going to give you an opportunity for you to go, all right, I'm not putting my energy toward that any longer. I need to stop doing that because it's not working, because it's a habit. And you know, oh, and she said, Betsy, could it be my first grandchild?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. See if we get a yes or no. But but that wouldn't be your birthing process, would it? No, it's not talking about that. No. I think this is a you process.
Is
but
that
I didn't notice that the grid was on the card at the first pass. That's kind of funny. Yeah. Are we past this audio thing yet? Everybody chime in and let's see what happens.
No.
No.
Do I sound fuzzy? You guys sound clear to me.
Oh, we have a slight echo.
We do. Yes.
An echo. I do hear an echo on you guys. I don't hear the echo on me. You hear the echo on me?
No, we hear the echo on us. But we're finished. But I want to point this out again because okay, she said that makes sense as well, Gerald. I do need to finish releasing. This stuff is going into the grid because it's transforming. Don't overthink it. It's a streaming delay. Who knows? But you know what? It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense because we're talking about the grid, and the grid is so very powerful. Couple of things to remind you about the grid is you know, do whatever you want. Pray, dance, sing, make offerings, do witchcraft, do wishcraft, sing chants, do whatever you want because it works and it matters. There is absolutely no expectation. There's no perfection needed, just sincere intention. And guess what? The grid's always available. You do not have to schedule a time to do it. And in fact, I would say schedule a time to do it, but then do it when it feels right or when you get that nudge. Because I love this. Healing is a shared act. Your energy and light matters. Your energy and light matters. Therefore, you matter. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for this opportunity to visit and chat. You're welcome. Red Dragon. I danced around my fire cauldron a few weeks ago. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I believe in transformation. I am a Scorpio after all. There you go. I do want to say thank you to my amazing guests. Thank you both for inspiring this conversation. Thank you, everyone, for watching. You are watching, and you are exactly where you need to be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep showing up. Keep doing what you can do. Do it authentically. We totally need more of that in this world right now. We do. It's tough. It's tough. So I'm speaking for myself. It's tough for me out there. And Betsy's agreed. And Monkey is saying hi. I'll mute myself so Monkey can say hi before we go.
He's been barking, but he's taken time out to try to come and be a camera hog.
All right. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Remember, the grid is always available, and your light matters. No expectations, no perfection, just sincere intention. Keep adding your love to the grid. Thanks so very much, and everyone take care. Bye.